Do you know there is a saying about CSS around developer communities? And I don't know if it's a fact or not, but CSS is the only language that no matter how much you practice never gets mastered. Like for example, centering a div is as hard as someone who is experienced as it is for a beginner. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. But trust me on this, I've personally used vanilla CSS lot of times in many of my projects. And there is something with vanilla CSS which is hard to master and arguably impossible. And that's exactly the reason I'm going to share 3 CSS libraries with you today, which can take all of the heavy lifting from you by reducing the boilerplate code of CSS and writing what actually matters in a simpler and much faster way so that you can focus on building meaningful stuff faster. But before starting with CSS libraries, let me add an important point here, which is common in all the 3 libraries which I'm going to share. You have 2 options of implementing any of this library into your projects. The first one is by using CDN link. You can directly add a CDN link into your HTML file and you can directly use that CSS library into your HTML file itself. And the second option is by using npm package installation into your React, Vue or Angular projects. So the first one is Bootstrap. And this is what they say, that use our own classes and IDs and our own set of nomenclature for defining CSS properties, and you don't need to write a single line of code into your CSS file. And this is actually true. You can stylize your HTML pages by defining classes and IDs in each of your tag. The second one is Tailwind, which is my favorite. And the similar concept of Bootstrap applies here, but better in 2 ways. The first one is that nomenclature of Tailwind is very simpler as compared to Bootstrap. So now you don't need to learn Tailwind before using it. You can learn Tailwind while using it. The second best factor is that Tailwind supported component libraries. Now Tailwind says that you don't need to use our own set of official documentations and our own set of nomenclature in defining the stylizing of your tags. You can use the other parties' component libraries which have used our Tailwind into their projects to make it much better. So this simply means that you can use someone else's creation which is developed by using Tailwind as an abstraction layer into your projects by ultimately using Tailwind itself. Doesn't that sound cool? Now the third one is Materialize CSS. And as the name suggests, Materialize CSS gives you a material element of design into your project. And this also comes with the same requirement that you have to use the CSS property nomenclature of Materialize CSS, and you can use that by referring the official documentation site. I can say that Materialize CSS is kind of different from the earlier 2. But for a change, this is a good library. So I have added the official links of each of the libraries which we discussed into the pinned comment below. And with that, if you find this video useful, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. And also comment down below which of the other CSS libraries you are using or exploring into your projects. Are they useful?